All right, this is the TSOU podcast, the state of us in the community. And today I have in the studio Robbie Luca, who is an artist, sings. He's I don't know how to pronounce you. You're such a dynamic person to act, write, and plays music, writes music. And he has a book now called Together, Affirmations and Prayers for Couples and Families. What's up, Rob?
What's going on, man?
All right, yeah, we go back, right?
Way back.
We go way back. And we still at it, man. We still putting our product out in the atmosphere for the betterment of the community in the world, I believe.
Yes, sir.
So you decided to write a book.
Yeah. Decided to write a book. It's been 2 years in the making. Sitting down writing and, praying to God to give me the content to write. I'm big on relationships, love relationships. And so I didn't see anything out there where there were, there's plenty of stuff to tear relationships down, but it's not a whole lot of stuff to build relationships up. So those affirmations in there not only help with relationships, but also with families, also with, step families. It's a whole bunch of stuff in there that's going to be beneficial for relationships, period.
Now, you said 2 years in the making.
Yes, sir.
What weighed on you? Because would you call yourself, romantic? The only reason why I say that because I know you sing.
Yeah, no,
you're right.
I'm not necessarily. I don't know. I would say romantic. I'm just a person that understands certain things about love and certain things about how to build people in relationships and what healthy relationships looks like.
Yeah.
Even though we all have been a part of crazy situations before, but I think having affirmation and learning how to affirm people is something in the right direction, toward the right direction of healthiness when it comes to relationships.
What prompted, what weighed on you to write something of this magnitude?
Just being, first off, God gave me the idea to do it. To be honest, I was in a relationship that wasn't all the way 100, and I said, this would work, or this would be something that I would want to have if I was in a relationship and I needed something to help get through it. This is something that I would want to have, or this type of tool in my arsenal to be able to utilize.
I like that word, tool.
Yeah, because
that's what it is. It's a tool.
Oh yeah.
And God plays a huge part.
Yep.
Spiritually, because it takes to want to be a better communicator.
That's right.
And to have a healthy family environment.
Yeah.
You have to. I feel like you got to have that spiritual, empathetic side.
Yeah.
And want to see the good of everything. It's not selfish.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, you really do have to have a spiritual side and really have to have your own relationship with God to be able to understand and rightfully deliver, these type of affirmations, and just have a heart to want to be good to the people that is going to be working for, because it's for our families and relationships too. It's not just relationships, but it's families too. So it's prayers in there for families.
Yeah.
Prayers in there that you can recite to your family and things of this nature. So it's definitely really, really, really important that it's something that you want to do, something that you have in your heart to do, because the affirmations don't work unless it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm looking at this book, y'all, because he handed me the book. I hadn't held the book before, and it feels good. Now I tell you, it feels good and it's beautiful. It's not overwhelming, because a lot of books, when people write, it can be overwhelming for me, person like me, that I'll ADHD. You're like, no, this is easy. This is easy. The colors are beautiful. The images are there beautiful, and then it's giving pages of affirmation, and I see prayers. One of the things I wanted to ask you, what should a loving family feel like?
A loving family should feel like, I have a loving family, so this is not going to be hard to answer. My family is loving, and a loving family should just feel whole. It's like the relationship that you have with a friend, anything like that. Family, we're going to have our ups and downs and things like that, but there has to be a commitment to each other in the family to say that no matter what we go through or no matter what you're going through, we always there for each other. I got two brothers and a sister. I don't talk to them every day, but if we need each other,
Right.
we're there for each other. My mother and our father's been together 53 years, and that is another thing too. I was raised in love, so
Right.
something like this book is easy for me to ask God for or continue to get word from God for. But family really should look like a commitment to each other, good or bad, to whatever we're going through. We should be able to talk to each other about it. We should be able to go at each other and not have the regular. I'm talking about a healthy family now. Not just have the regular arguments and stuff, because people fall out with each other
Right.
over crazy stuff. And at the end of the day, if I had something against my brother, I would go to my brother. We're gonna sit down and talk about it,
Yeah.
and go from there. Especially when you get grown, you know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
family should really look like everything spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally. It should be a commitment between family members to love each other no matter what, and be healthy and have these conversations, talk, get it out with each other. Now, I know you can't, and do things within the family.
Yeah.
Don't be outside talking about what goes on
That's important.
with the family. Stay with the family and get it right. Yeah.
And to be clear, this is not just for, because how you just explained that,
Yeah.
this is not just for the partners, the spouse, and things
Right.
like that. This is for family.
Right. Yeah. It's for prayers and affirmations for families and couples and families. So at the end of the day, it was more important to me not just for couples. Couples pretty much they probably gonna have families, whether they have kids or
Yeah.
mixed families or whatever the case is. There's gonna be a family involved when it comes down to the couples, and when the couples love each other right, the family is gonna soon follow. I mean, if the couples can love each other right, the man and the woman, then the family is gonna follow. The kids, being able to love on the kids, show the kids a nice, healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Being able to show the kids what the daughters what it's like to be loved by a man, or how to love a man. For the men to show the young boys how to love a woman, what it feels like to be loved by a good woman,
Yeah.
so that they don't get out there and because nowadays things are different than when we grew up. You know what I mean? So it's a lot more different type of temptation out there. And I got a 12-year-old son, so it's
Yeah.
just like it's really trying to get those lessons embedded in your family through the couple, if that makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense. Say you and your significant other is not being agreeable on a certain day.
Right. Yeah.
Who's the adult in the room who says, "I'm sorry" first? I know it should be both.
Right. I think whichever one has the most emotional maturity is gonna say I'm sorry first. And I think the one that the one that says, you know what, let me apologize first, in the hopes that will spark the
Right.
other person to say I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's an affirmation there. What is that?
I'm looking at it now.
Oh, okay.
That's why I say, because I'm looking at it, says, "I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry my words made you feel less than." That's strong right there.
Yeah.
And here it says, have to speak in love.
Yeah.
Because you can say it,
but you have to say it in love.
In
Now,
love.
I mean, my ideal thing would be for both couples, both of them to have the book and reading it to each other, reciting it to each other. That's the idea of, being able to say it. I mean, if you want to go crazy as a couple, take one of those affirmations and take one a week and memorize them. And then at the end of the week or whatever, y'all say it back to each other. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say it together. Look in each other's eyes and say it together, because I think that would be, that's more powerful than just, kind of reading it off.
Yeah.
But the tool is there. I mean, at the end of the day, there's so much stuff you can do with it. Yeah.
I'm actually envisioning where you literally read these affirmations before you have any altercation.
I mean, if you make it a practice to do some of this stuff daily, then I think that it will curb a lot of arguments and curb a lot of disagreements and misunderstandings. Not saying you will never have any, but it will help you handle things a lot better when you do have one.
Right. And I don't want to just give a lot of your book away, but some of this sounds like poetry.
It could be definitely construed as poetry too.
Yeah, because can I read Affirmation 12?
Sure.
You steal the covers, I steal the remote. We roast each other daily, but somehow still cuddle like nothing happened. We're weird, we're loud, we're us, and I love it. God really knew what he was doing when he paired my crazy with yours.
Yeah.
Two are better than one.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, this is this is pretty good.
Yeah, I think
And for me, and I'm sorry, for me, it's good because it's not, like I said in the beginning, it's not too much.
right.
It's just enough.
Yeah. Yeah. I think man, I'm telling you, I'm very excited about how this book is going to help people. Because if they do what's in that book, I'm telling you, it's going to strengthen the bond between the couples, and it's going to strengthen the bond in the family. Because who doesn't love affirmations?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For your spouse or whoever look you in your eye and read that off to you, and they mean it, and they really are taking the time to soak that in to where they need to soak it in.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing but a thing that's going to make everything greater in your relationship.
Yeah. So
Sure.
so speak to the importance of speaking encouragement to family and friends, or family in this case.
Speaking encouragement in the family is very, to me, is very vital when it comes down to helping your family member or your friend, helping them feel worthy and valued enough to go forward and to go out and do the things that they dream of doing. That's all we need, is really somebody to be behind us saying, you got it, you can do it. If I can help you in any way, let me know. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? However you need to encourage them, depending on who it is, but however you need to encourage them. I mean, it's vital. I mean, I can't speak enough. I know my son, I tell him all the time how proud I am of him. And
Yeah.
keep going, keep doing what you're doing. If you need my help, if you need to talk, I got open door policy. I'm always trying to speak into him and give him positive words of affirmation,
Yeah.
and let him know how powerful he is, how great he is, how he's got a powerful mind, straight A student. And so I think it's very vital to not only for the present, but it's really vital for the future
Yeah.
to be able to speak into somebody, because they need to experience things in order to know what it's like. If my son never heard any affirmations from me, it's going to be hard for him to receive it from another man later on.
Yeah.
Or from people, period. But I'm his dad. His mom does the same thing. And so at the end of the day, it's important, man. You got to be positive. You got to affirm. You got to let people know how valuable they are, not only to you, but to themselves.
Right.
And to the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the affirmation, in a way, or does, in my eyes, awakes the spirit.
It does.
I deal with kids on a daily basis.
Okay.
And I do speak encouraging words, affirmations into them. And it may be something small, but their eyes light up.
Yeah.
And they don't forget.
Mm-mm.
But also, I deal with kids that sees everything wrong and never hears anything good.
Right.
Or not enough good. I won't say they won't ever hear anything good, but not enough good.
Yeah.
And then what is your look, because we have the internet today with social media, what is your opinion? Because we see a lot of negativity when it comes to relationships. Do you have an opinion on that?
I think anything could be used for negative or positive. And I think the internet is just one of these things where, everybody in the world has access to it. Everybody in the world has a platform, really, because anybody can get on there and say anything or type anything.
Yeah.
So you just have to, as an individual, you choose how you want to use the internet. Some people are going to always be negative. We're going to have negative people out there. There's just no way to get around that. It's just all about how you choose to use it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the internet is great for what it is. It depends on how you use it. And, I mean, definitely different than when we grew up, that came up.
Yeah.
I mean, so, but yeah, I don't have any negative things to say about it because it's the internet. It is what it is.
Well, I'll say internet, but I'll say social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
Talking about the apps and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Yeah.
Because affirmation is important because guess what? Our lives is subjected to social media now
Yeah,
in
and it's so
some
easy.
form or way. You know, those
Yeah,
people that there are people that doesn't actually, subscribe to the social media, but they'll get, how do you say it? They'll still get the remnants of it outside of it because of
yeah,
being judgmental.
yeah,
And then I think the affirmations empower you, empower the
yeah.
spirit to be strong.
Well, if you're not careful, you'll mess around and let the negativity on the internet consume you,
Yeah,
and you'll start believing some of the stuff that's being said, not just about life, but about yourself.
yeah,
People talk negative about, if they talk negative about you, I mean, you start believing some of that stuff. But that's what, like you said, the affirmations come in. Having those affirmations in you, somebody putting them in you, it will help you fight off
yeah.
that social media uh, devil that it is.
So in your description of the book, you state emotional safety. What
Yeah.
is emotional safety?
Yeah, emotional safety is understanding and knowing that the person who I'm choosing to deal with in relationship
Uh,
or family, the person who I'm choosing to deal with, uh, they value my emotions. They value how what they say makes me feel. They value how what they do makes me feel. They also value how I treat them. You know what I'm saying? The emotional safety, being able to talk to you about anything and not having the judgment and this that, being able to talk to you about anything and have a discussion, a worthy discussion about it without it going crazy.
right,
Because I mean, everybody, but you have to have emotional intelligence. You have to have a certain amount of emotional intelligence anyway to be able to deal with a person, uh, and not judge them for anything that they may say to you. The emotional safety comes too when you have a mindset of friendship too, in relationship. When talking
right,
about couples, if you have a mindset of friendship, go into it with as friends. We could talk to each other about anything. We can deal with any type of issue that may come up, and we're going to deal with it in such a way that's not going to be uh, it's not going to be hurtful to you or me. I'm
right,
gonna hear you out. You're gonna hear me out. We may even disagree, but let's agree to disagree in love, if that makes sense. Let's agree to disagree and not hold each other, uh, holding no grudges or hold each other crazy because I don't agree with you or you don't agree with me. Let's just talk. Let's sit down and have an adult discussion. The emotional safety is very important. I'm not gonna say whether it's more important to men or women. I think it's important to both. I think it's important to your kids to have emotional safety, knowing that someone has my emotions in at
yeah,
heart.
you
Yeah,
good.
somebody has my emotions in heart. Somebody has my best interest at heart. Yeah,
Okay. One of the titles you got in protecting from emotional attacks,
Mhm.
outside attacks. That's part of the emotional safety, right?
that's part of emotional safety. Outside attacks come from people or spirits, on the outside. Uh, that come in and try to, because people can see a good thing, and there are people in this world, and there are spirits that come in and try to destroy that. They
Mm,
get in your ear, they say certain things, and you start because you like if I'm mad with my lady, and somebody comes and says something negative about women,
yeah,
then I'm gonna start maybe if I'm not emotionally
yeah.
intelligent, I might start believing that and apply what I heard to my lady. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I see.
Trying
Yeah,
to hold her accountable for something that don't even have nothing to do for, but because we in a space now, I'm believing something out on the outside, or even friends. That's it's careful to be. That's why you got to be careful about who you got around you.
yeah.
Uh, it's definitely it goes deep, but at the end of the day, you just got to make sure that you are always conscious.
That emotional safety. I don't think I ever framed. I never thought of framing it that way,
Yeah,
and that sticks out so much. I don't think a lot of people would actually think of it because I know we talk about emotional intelligence, but the emotional
yeah,
safety part is really important because that's protecting the inside of the house, right? The
yeah,
home.
yeah. That's protect. I mean, emotional safety is it's a great feeling to know that no matter what I say or what I do, but my emotional state, I always have somebody that's there to protect that. Not sometimes even from myself, from overthinking. People overthink situations. But there's that person to bring you back in. There again is emotional safety. You know what I'm saying? That reel you back in when you start getting emotionally crazy. I mean, emotional safety can go so many different ways. But I think as a person, you have to understand how to not only give emotional safety, but receive it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a question because sometimes I ask my brothers this: what does love mean? What is the meaning of love?
Love, if I'm gonna use the acronym, is letting others voluntarily evolve.
Is that in the book?
No,
Okay.
that's not in the book. But that's what to me, that's what love means. And it's people have this unconditional love thing. Um, that's really what it is. Letting others voluntarily evolve. If I love you, then I have to love you through your this and your that, through your changes. I have to understand that at some point you're gonna change.
Wow.
You're not gonna stay the same. You know, you hear people say, "I wanted the person that I met." Well, that's not ever gonna happen because we evolve as people and we change. So during the relationship, they might have think different than they did when you first met them.
Right.
They might do things different than they did or say things different. But you have to be willing to evolve with that person and let them voluntarily evolve. Don't try to make them be who they don't want to be.
Wow.
Let them voluntarily. Yeah, go ahead.
That's a word. I had to get a clap on that.
Yeah.
That's a word right there. So how can people purchase your book together?
Right now it's on Amazon. They can get it digitally online. I do have physical copies. The online is $10. The physical copies are $20. And so if you do the physical copies, you're doing it through Cash App right now.
Mm-hmm.
Working on a website.
Okay.
And everything for it. I'm doing a promo video and all this type of stuff for it.
Okay.
So just working on some visuals and everything like that. But if they want the book, I'd be glad to put my number out there. People can contact me on email or and kind of go from there.
Okay, and we'll have it in the link on this podcast here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good book. Like I said, holding this book, I would say get the physical copy if you can. But if you can't, do the download. But the physical copy is something I feel like you can hold, you can look at it. Yeah. It feels good. It looks good. I love the colors. I love the design, and it's just great. So Robbie Luca, y'all.
Thank you for having me, bro.
What's up? It's TSOU.